Now, the Commission of Inquiry into State Capture continues with its Eskom-related evidence today. It will hear evidence from former board member Venete Klein. The Commission will also hear evidence from former board Eskom chairperson Dr. Ben Ngubane. In 2019, Ngubane told the Commission of Inquiry that he had a limited relationship with the Guptas. Our reporter Tumaoli Mohlaoli joins me in studio, and he'll be following proceedings. Tumaoli, a very good morning to you. Yesterday we heard the roundup of what Zola Tsotsi had to say about his relationship with the Guptas. Of course, he was quizzed by Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo about the 3 meetings that he had with the Guptas. What was the merit of that discussion?
Well, thank you very much, Mpo. The merit of the discussion of the meetings with the Guptas, again, squarely places the Guptas at the center of very questionable meetings with people who are at the helm of state enterprises. Now, these meetings were confirmed to have been held by Mr. Tsotsi at the Gupta's Saxon World residence here in northern Johannesburg. And again, we've heard this through the various testimonies of other individuals who were tasked with leading state-owned enterprises. It seems like this was a modus operandi for the Gupta family, so that when they wanted to garner influence and wanted to have things happen in favor of their various companies, they would then target, or rather meet up with individuals who were tasked with overseeing good governance and operations at state-owned enterprises. And these meetings would happen away from the places of business. For instance, Eskom has got its own offices and premises at Megawatt Park in northern Johannesburg, and one would assume that if there was a meeting to be held, this is the venue where such meetings would be held. But instead, these meetings will be happening at the Gupta residence. So this is just another chapter in the ongoing saga of these very untoward meetings that had happened with very senior people who are tasked with running state-owned enterprises.
Now, we also heard Tsotsi yesterday speaking about how one of the, I think Tony Gupta had, recordings, or was it testimonies from what happened out of the meetings that were held at Eskom. Tsotsi saying that he was infuriated to learn that Gupta had access to such confidential information.
Yes, and he said that this is something that really caught him off guard, and something that was not expected from his side at all. In fact, Tsotsi went on to sort of link that to an idea that he started to get, that the Guptas indeed did have the ear of the number one at the time, the head of state, former President Jacob Zuma. He went on also to tell Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo that he felt that with this information and this understanding that indeed the Guptas, by having access to such sensitive information and sensitive recordings, that they had an open door policy to the president, and therefore when he was tasked with doing things that perhaps were not to be expected from a senior executive at a state-owned enterprise, he basically told the Deputy Chief Justice that he feared that what would Ubaba think. And this speaks to the kind of sort of a relationship that the Guptas had with former President Jacob Zuma, that they would refer to him as Ubaba whenever they wanted to exert pressure or lean on ministers, when they wanted to lean on executives at state-owned enterprises. They would name drop Ubaba, suggesting that, of course, if their will was not executed, then the president would hear about it, and therefore those who would not be playing ball would be dealt with.
Another former Eskom board chairperson, Dr. Ben Ngubane, is in the hot seat today. We know that last year he told the Commission that he had a limited relationship with the Guptas. Yes,
indeed. He told the Commission that he had a limited relationship with the Guptas, and of course what the Commission would seek then to try and find out from Dr. Ngubane is that how was limited, when he says limited, how limited indeed was that relationship. They will seek to evidence leaders to find out whether there was the same modus operandi, whether he was also influenced or pressured to take decisions that were against his particular standing as a board chair.
Let's leave it there for now. Of course, we'll continue to take you to the State Capture Commission of Inquiry as soon as that's underway.